everyone. I'm Seth with Reps to Revenue. We're here to connect with CrossFit gym owners, whether you're dreaming about opening a box or been running one for years. Reps to Revenue dives into real stories of how gym owners turn their love of CrossFit into thriving businesses, sharing what worked, what didn't, and everything in between. I'm excited to welcome Mike. He's the owner of CrossFit 1776. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So Mike, tell us where you're located and approximately when you started your gym.
We're a little bit south of Auburn, California. So on the way up to, if you're going from Sacramento to Lake Tahoe, up to the Sierras, we're about an hour, 20 minutes from the snow level, from like Truckee and stuff like that. So right off Highway 80, if you're going up to the mountains, you got to come through our little town. It's a pretty small, little niche town, but we're also close enough to Roseville, Sacramento, and all that. A lot of people work in Sacramento, but live up. It's at Loomis, California, is where we're at. Open the doors. April was our 1 year anniversary, so we're still pretty new to the affiliate. Technically, I've had the affiliate since November before April, but through CrossFit, but I actually didn't open the doors till it was April 2024.
Okay, and we'll talk a little bit about opening and how that went. When did you first get into CrossFit, Mike?
There's kind of a long and a short story, Laura. My parents and family and my brother and sister-in-law, they all started in 2012 or even maybe 11. My mom went to the games in 12 and 13 for masters. I was if I want to do pull up, I'll do a strict pull up, that guy. Truly, I was the drunk in the corner at Carson. I was the guy smoking cigarettes in the corner. So, I mean, I was around CrossFit and I kind of did it a couple times, but I didn't do CrossFit until, I kind of did it like 10 years ago. I did it a little bit, but actually really got involved. I've been sober 8.5 years. And so I had like 6.5 years of CrossFit. I got into CrossFit 2 years into my sobriety. And so I was a little bit in and out of it through my family. The only reason why I even started it was because to be part with my family on that. But in and out, realistically, 6.5, 7 years.
That's awesome. So you're a friend of Bill?
No, I went through a celebrate recovery. Yeah, it's a biblical 12-step, but yes. So my service is that's the whole reason how I can get into that later if you want, how I got into coaching was not intentional. So it was through recovery. Yeah. But yeah, so I've been in this space for a long time, been around it, but actually truly in it about 7 years.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm coming up in September. I'll have 9 years. So
nice. Congratulations.
Yeah. Time-wise, we're kind of on the same journey. That's great. Yeah.
Mine started 9 years ago this week.
Okay.
But then I messed up a few times. So then it's February is my real sobriety date. So.
Yeah, it's awesome. Congratulations. Looks like we both found something in CrossFit as well. So yeah, it's great. So what hooked you personally? Was it, maybe you can go into some of that, a lot of times it's a community training style or something else. It sounds like you had a pretty big family influence as well. So is there something that really grabbed you into CrossFit?
Yeah. So the only reason why I even started it is my daughter's mom wanted to do something with my family, with my brother, my parents. And I'm like, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to give it a try and try it. Open eyes. Okay, I'll try, like open heart. And I loved it. It just hooked me right then. We didn't end up working out. She didn't even stay for a month. Yeah. But what I felt, from it was, my family was there. Like my mom was snatching. I couldn't even do the bar really. And my mom's over there doing 95. Like people, your mom can do it. I'm like, I don't care. Like I've had both my shoulders rebuilt.
Right.
I'm just here. And what I loved the most about it was it, to me, aligned with recovery, where my mindset is if someone had 10 years of doing CrossFit or 10 days, we're all on the same page. We're here together to win, to get to the best version of ourselves at the time of that day. And to me, that just aligned so well with what I was looking for. And just something for me, it turned into a reset breaker in my head. If I had a bad day, I could, reset and become a better, be a normal dad to my kids. Or if I had a great day, I still stayed in a good mood. Because to me, I was one of those like, oh, I had a bad day, I'm going to drink. Oh, I had a great
Hmm.
day, I'm going to drink.
Yep.
So, but to me, I've used it and I've seen it go so well of like, if someone's a games athlete level in the corner working out with my mom that's 74, they're both working the same. And I just love that about CrossFit is in a good affiliate, healthy,
Hmm. Yeah.
we can all work together, whether you're
Hmm.
scaling or not. And I think that would be what in the community, being
Hmm.
suffering along with someone else is always something. If I see someone with the way I like to, if they're dying and they're doing 10 pounds and I'm doing 100, it doesn't matter. We're both dying together.
Yeah.
Opposed
Hmm.
to if someone else wasn't in there, I'd probably give up, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
that's what
There's
I
a
loved about CrossFit.
definitely, I know a lot of times I would end that workout a lot sooner if there wasn't other people. And, it kind of hooked me, similar kind of hooked me. I remember going to my first couple workouts and it reminded me of like two a days back in the, when I played football, where you just have these group of people who have this common goal and it sucks the whole time, but you guys are
Mhm.
doing it. In the end, you enjoy it, but that's kind of the first thing that kind of hooked me. It reminded me of those, like being a team, being together, and having a purposeful goal, even if it's dying on the floor afterwards. So that kind
Yeah.
of leads us into, let's chat a little bit about getting your box started. And we talked about when you opened the gym. When did the idea kind of pop up that you were gonna make this leap and open your own gym?
It started with I didn't even want to coach. So I only reason why I started coaching was to get my L1 because wanted to lead a sober Sunday class
Okay.
at the gym I was at, the box I was at. And then that turned into I cared more than the owner did of, I'm the one cleaning, I'm the one doing I guess you could say without having to go down that road of like taking care of it, kind of what important things. But it turned into wasn't an intentional start of a box. It was, I at one point I'm like, yeah, it kind of be cool to own a box,
Mm-hmm.
start my own affiliate. But our town's so small. It's like there's not many places. And me and my friend started working out in my warehouse that the gym's in now. I had this warehouse I have a vehicle wrap company. It's kind of like these walls,
Okay.
like I have two giant printers to print those wall murals and card murals,
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. And my friend went on Mayhem's private track of where he was working like 5.5 hours a day, kind of. So he couldn't be in a normal affiliate setting,
Mm-hmm.
right? With doing that much volume, he was trying to make a run for the games. And so we matted my gym out or my warehouse out. We put mats everywhere. We already had a ton of dumbbells, ton of weights, power rack, yoke, rowers, just everything. And we kept working out
Mm-hmm.
in here. And then it turned into my parents working out here. And why don't we mat it all the way down so we could do 50-foot handstand walks? And then it was okay. Well, now we need to put some mats over around the corner. So we started putting more, and it turned into, he's like, why don't you just open an affiliate? Like, you got everything. We ended up getting a rig. So me and him and my parents could work out together, my kids, and had a
Mm-hmm.
couple of friends just working out in here. And so I asked the owner of this warehouse if he mind if I opened up an affiliate too. And he was in the regionals. I think he was actually even in the games when they had 6 people in the teams.
Okay.
So he's a part of Rockland CrossFit back in the day. So
Mm-hmm.
he knew I was getting into allowing me to be an affiliate here. So that's how it just turned into okay, and got in touch with CrossFit and turned into, it wasn't an intentional thing to be do it, but then it
Mm-hmm.
just was like, well, if I'm gonna do it, let's go for it. So
Very, very organic, sounds like.
very organic. And then it's turned into, it even came with even the name of, there's no way CrossFit 1776 was not
Mm-hmm.
available. And when I talked to .com, they're like, it's coming available in November. So I just ended up taking the leap and going for it because they don't release the names if someone de-affiliates like immediately. They don't. they want them to reaffiliate opposed to
Right.
giving it to me. But once it came about, I was like, okay, like, and
Great name
and
too.
then yeah, it with me, like, and it came to the naming my affiliate we had to, you have to write an essay when it comes to applying for your affiliate, and it's like, what does CrossFit mean to you? And I'm like, freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Just writing along, and I didn't wasn't even trying to play a play on words with 1776 being freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and to me it just aligned of freedom from the day. Like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you get
Mm-hmm.
your hour maybe that you finally get a break from your kids, and that's freedom. Freedom from a job, or just, to me, every when I work out, it's every rep, every this is just, that's all I'm focusing on. Like, it washes all those sounds out. So me though, so freedom with 1776 was just like, it aligns
Perfect.
all over the place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's perfect.
Oh.
Now I know you're still fairly, you're just about a year into it, but did you face any big hurdles, anything getting open? It sounded like you did it real organically, but anything big pop up that slowed progress down?
No, oh yeah, I tore my subscapularis and long
Okay.
bicep. So
How'd you do that?
I was moving a fan. Like, I have these
Of
big
course.
giant fans,
I'm not
and I
laughing
just had
at you,
it.
man, but
Yeah. But I've had both of them rebuilt. I used to
uh-huh.
wakeboard all crazy when I was younger. So I broke them and tore them. When they went out, they broke. And two separate times doing the flips. And I was just
Mm-hmm.
moving a fan, and it let go. I think I tweaked it, all the hard years of everything I've done leading up to it, not learning muscle ups properly, following through on that. That will definitely add to little tears here and there.
Yep.
Now, when I teach anything, I'm like, no, we're starting at the basics. Don't
Yep.
don't do what I did.
Yeah.
But that was hard for me because I'm the only coach.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That answered the
And
question.
and then I had to learn how to, everyone, or I would say 95% of the people that came or that joined my affiliate were all brand new. They've never done
Mm-hmm.
CrossFit. So I'm having to teach someone how to still do Olympic lifts, or how to do something with one arm
Mm-hmm.
using either videos or just, okay, how can I get creative? Oh, like, if you're holding a baby and you want to readjust your arm, you jump.
Right.
That's how you get your arm underneath. Like, I just,
Mm-hmm.
like, for actually getting people to learn how to get their body momentum up, instead of, you say jump the barbell. Well, yeah, what's that really look like? And
Mm-hmm.
I just came up, like, it was really hard, but it was actually really good at the same time, because I had to learn how to coach.
Mm-hmm. Had to learn how to
And
probably really communicate rather than show through motion, right?
and then I even had people come in and go, oh, you think you're a good advertisement that for your brand, that with a torn shoulder? And say, you don't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is a great advertisement, because I can do things one arm. I
Mm-hmm.
can I can still air squat. I can still ride a bike. I can still, do certain things scaled
Mm-hmm.
appropriately, and still live my life. So I thought it was even a better advertisement than what the person was trying to mock me on.
Exactly. Are you still recovering from that, or have you?
No, I'm a year out. I was able to do the NorCal Classic just recently. That was my first time back to actually really lifting and doing stuff, and my shoulder held together great for muscle ups, and
Mhm.
and
I think I saw a post. Were you rucking with 42 pounds? Was that you?
that was yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
For my 42nd birthday,
okay.
because I'm turning 42 next weekend. And so I
Uh
was
huh.
like, hey, I don't do dumb things anymore, like party.
Yeah.
So what's a dumb, fun thing to do that's challenging? And it was 2,300 elevation down and then 2,300 up. It was 10 and a half miles. So,
Wow. Could have just got a
uh,
birthday cake, Mike. You know what I mean?
I know. Well, last 2 years has been 100 back squats at body weight,
Okay.
unbroken.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I've been doing for my 40th birthday. I started on my 40th birthday. So I don't think I'll do it this year since I did the ruck. We'll see.
Well, I'm about to turn 51. Remind me not to hang out with you that day.
Yeah. That's what everyone always says. I'm
Yeah.
like, well,
Yeah.
we can partition it. What you're gonna have to do, like, we're gonna probably do this for the class. I think I'm gonna program it this time. And it used to be burpees, but now I'm gonna do cows on the air bike.
Okay.
So every time you put the bar down, then you have to do 10 cows. That would be nasty.
Yeah. That will pain to pain. Pain to
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Um, So I'm assuming that probably your revenue that is from memberships. I would assume. How many members do you currently have?
Hopefully 40 by the end of the day. We got
Okay.
38 right now.
Okay.
I would go back on like my biggest hiccups, I guess, in the beginning
Okay.
of learning. I used the mentorship program when I first started through CrossFit and had one of their members, they have red shirts and stuff that do mentoring.
Okay.
And that was a really cool learning. So I didn't have to like school hard knocks of learning, oh, you have to get this. And I had Zia from CrossFit Counterculture, which was really cool. That helped me not have those hangups that you learn the hard way, kind of, of insurances and just little things like that that really
Mm-hmm.
truly help with opening an affiliate. That was really cool to be a part of that.
Do you do any marketing, or are you pretty much word of mouth?
Word of mouth right now, we just, right before I got on here, just signed up with a new website company that's going to help with us, with help generating that. We've just been word of mouth. I'm part of best hour of their
Mm-hmm.
day, and that's really helped me with organically marketing. I tried doing like Google ads, or not Google, Facebook ads.
Mm-hmm.
When I first opened, that was great, but that was just like throwing money against the wall. You don't know
Yep.
where it's going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting people from like 45 minutes away seeing my ads. And I'm like, that's it as a crow flies. Yeah, that's 10 miles.
Right.
But you're talking a canyon that there's no way they're ever going to come step into my affiliate. But those were learning experiences on marketing on that end of like, how do I really get it to the target area of people?
Yeah, and overall, when it comes to CrossFit, I mean, the best marketing that you have are your members. Really, when
Mhm.
it's all said and done. Now, there's different ways to kind of reach out and touch, some other opportunities, but it's not like a regular gym, where you can market and get people in the door and sign them up. And some gyms hope they never see you again. They just want
Mhm.
they just
Yeah.
want you. Uh, they just want the money. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the most real successful CrossFit gyms, it's just an organic thing. It does take some time, you know, some years in order to build a really big membership base. And you said that you're in a kind of a little smaller population. What's the average? What's your population there that are probably close enough to go to your gym?
There's only like 5,000 people in this little town, but yet
Okay.
we have Auburn real close that's 10 minutes away. So
Okay.
that one is a transient one. I'm having people commute from Roseville and Rockland area, those are large cities, hundreds of
Mm-hmm.
thousands. And like our little town, we
Mm-hmm.
only have like 2 or 3 stoplights.
Okay.
It's pretty rad. um, yeah, we got one gas station,
Okay.
the
So
grocery
you're
store.
teeny tiny
We're a
town. Okay.
small little town, but I'm right
Mm-hmm.
next to the high school too, like a mile away. But it's a really like we have all these small towns that connect to this town. So like we have Thanksgiving Day parades and stuff that close down the whole street, and that's how I've done marketing
Okay.
with my Jeep all wrapped, and then we decorate a float and that kind of stuff. But it's the word of mouth. The part I actually find the hardest is getting rid of the stigma of CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
So with people, they're like, "Oh, I don't want to do CrossFit," and then they're like, "Oh, you do that? Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, okay, come
Mm-hmm.
on in." Like so and so does it like this, and it's really gotten the word around the town. It's not what people thought it was, you
Yeah.
know. So we have, but we also are close enough that I have large cities that people can commute over 15 minutes. It's not
Mm-hmm.
bad. Oh.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest stigmas that I hear. Oh, you're going to get hurt at CrossFit, well, you're going to get hurt pretty bad if you don't get off the couch, as well. Both have some possible bad things, but definitely going to CrossFit is going to be much better for your health, longevity, all the things that we do,
Mhm.
community, all those things. It's just sometimes getting people into the door, getting them through the first week or two. And then, I mean, I've seen some people be like, I'm not doing this. This is not for me. But other people who are skeptical, once they get going, they get, just like us, they get hooked.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. I've seen more people get surgeries from sitting around.
Oh yeah.
Then
Yep.
then knee surgeries and hip surgeries, then having a cool story like moving a fan, like
Right. And,
but
and I think I read something not too long ago that overall, I mean, if you're doing any type of sport, any type of athletic activity on a regular basis for years and years and years, whether it's marathon running, tennis, whatever you're doing, there's chances you're going to get injured. It's just the reality of doing a sport consistently for years and years and years, especially as we get a little older. There's always that chance, over the past 5 or 6 years, I've had a few injuries that are definitely CrossFit related, but just still kept going in there, scaling. And again, it's way better than not doing anything. I'm sure
mhm.
my health would be shot if I wasn't taking that little bit of risk. I see on your schedule, you just pretty much just have standard CrossFit classes. Have you tried
Mhm.
any other classes or anything that's worked or hasn't worked out?
We're doing a little bit of private training.
Okay.
I got one kid that just was able to pass one of his special forces tested for the Navy. That's pretty cool. Was able to get him through
Mm-hmm.
that. But we haven't, at the very beginning, I tried like a boot camp
Mm-hmm.
class. And it's like, why are we calling it what it's not? We're going to have him do CrossFit.
Right.
Like
Mm-hmm.
we're just scaling it down to even do a med ball instead of a dumbbell, or like it is what it is. It just so we're just stay true to ourselves and be who we
Mm-hmm.
are on that. Not to say I might not want to do just strictly like a sweat sesh, kind of more just cardio kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That might be something down the road. But with me, and I have one girl that helps with coaching. My fiance is getting her L1 here in August, so she'll
Okay.
be helping with that. But she's been shadowing, and I shadow her on coaching that. But I can't spread myself out too thin with too many areas.
Mm-hmm.
And being a dad too, and being present with them to want to be able to be a part of their stuff. It's really important to me on that.
Of course. And if I understood correctly, so this is already a warehouse that you're already doing your wraps and you're running your business out of this warehouse. So this is just an additional thing that you've kind of added to your existing business. Would that be kind of fair to say?
Yeah, I've pretty much shut down the other business in a way. Like, but I do only keep my major fleet accounts, like big internet companies. Whenever they
Mm-hmm.
buy new vehicles, they just show up here all of a sudden. And like,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple air conditioning companies. One day, two trucks just showed up, and I get them done in like a week. Put the big
Mm-hmm.
logos on them and stuff like that. I'll do them outside. So I'm here for that, but I don't, my main source of revenue is just getting this gym going. It's like a sink or swim kind of thing of, we're gonna do it or not. One of the things we eventually are doing, we're in the middle of talks with it, is we're working with a recovery center,
Okay.
um, where we'll be writing their programming, going in and training once a week, doing private training like that. And then they're going to be able to do outings here at our facility because I can control the radio, the music. I don't know when you took your journey, if you went to any rehabs or detoxes, but they don't let you watch certain TV shows and stuff like that. And that's a huge thing. I didn't realize that is like triggers for people. So if we could
Mm-hmm.
have someone in a rehab come here, we run them through a good workout, their healthy way of them getting out. We show them, fitness, and then get them in here for an hour, and I can control that. So that's a class we're going to be starting to do eventually.
Okay.
And that's really what made me want to start an affiliate, was like that avenue of helping the recovery people just as much as everyone else. But I feel like it's like a lost, like a lot of people I'm around want to be like, yeah, I don't drink, kind of head to head. I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, it's part of my past. It is what it is. And
Mm-hmm.
if me being like that helps other people be able to step out, then that's great. And then, and I don't, if you do drink, I don't care.
Right.
Like, no offense to you. I'm just not going to do it with you. I'll hang out with you, but I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
do it with you. So, but I think that way, that route where we could help a lot with the recovery world is huge on my heart with starting the affiliate.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people in recovery that get into CrossFit, and it definitely, as you know, it helps fill something that's for
Hmm.
sure. And so that's rehabilitation center that you're working with or
Yeah,
potential.
they have 7 in-home facilities around us. So I'll be going once a week to each one of them to do a private class, and
Okay.
then they have a gym inside their thing, so they can give them like just a totally light body weight moving, they're on they're
Yeah.
contemplating their life decisions at that point,
Yeah.
when they first
Uh-huh.
get in somewhere. They're
Uh-huh.
not that happy, but they need to move. They need to get the blood moving and that and really feel. And then like with me being able to be a living testimony of like, look, if you stay to what I'm not the most healthy person, but I'm a lot healthier than I was.
Of
Um,
course.
and I'm 40 pounds heavier than I was. I was just a drinker that just drank my calories.
Yep.
So I was a skinny drunk, no beer
Uh-huh.
belly, but yeah. But yeah, so that's what we're trying to help on, that is where, and then have them come in and do a class, you know.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be, I mean, we'd just be private training them over in their facility, and then they'd be
Hmm.
coming here and doing CrossFit over here. Um,
So
so
they
that's
would
where revenue, I think, could come a lot from.
absolutely revenue with helping a lot of people as well. So that's kind of the,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have a nonprofit set up, but we don't have the bank account. Like we have
Hmm.
through the IRS, everything. Because if I do, like, I'll go bankrupt helping people. I'll be like, just come in, just come
Hmm.
in. But with these large corporations that I work with my wrap business, they will donate money to a nonprofit to help others. So then
Right.
I can set that up to pay their membership. That way I'm not going bankrupt with 100 people in here
Right.
with no membership.
Yeah. That's a smart idea, actually. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to have other people kind of help facilitate that as well. And then it's a win-win for everybody. What would you say that you're most proud of as being an owner?
There's little wins all over the place.
Hmm.
I like there's one guy, seriously, he did an air squat the other day, and I was like, oh, because if you would have saw him air squat,
Hmm.
I'm like, how do you do that? How do you get on your tippy toes that much and lean forward? And that, so that was just a huge thing.
Oh,
I was very proud of that. And when the kids Owen that's going into the Navy to make those things, there's those little wins that I'm proud of like, one of the guy came up, he said he got a bunch of hay delivered because a lot of people have horses out here.
okay.
And he was bucking the hay. You got to basically clean it and then press
Hmm.
it to stack it. And he's like, dude, I was bucking hay the other day and it was so much easier.
Yeah.
He's like, I hate it still, but it was
Uh-huh.
easier.
Yeah.
But those things of like they're not severely out of shape, but yet their life is becoming easier in their daily routines that they do. And
Hmm.
those are like what I feel are like moments that make me proud as the owner of like, hey, I got to help this person. They're fun to watch.
Yeah. You
Uh,
generally get to help increase the quality of people's lives. I mean,
yeah,
yeah. What's better than that?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. So let me see here, Mike. I think I covered quite a few things here. Is there anything that you would say that's unique about your gym's vibe or community?
it's kind of like come as you are, kind of like we're unapologetically ourselves.
Yeah.
I guess you could say.
Freedom, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
freedom. Yeah, it's one of our workouts we did is my friends own an indoor shooting range
Hmm.
in the nearby city, Roseville, and we did a workout down there. And everyone brought their guns, brought their handguns, and they have a concealed carry class that they have. So they have like a classroom next to the range. So
Hmm.
we did an AMRAP with dumbbells, rowing, and we did dumbbell deadlifts, row, and sit-ups. And then you go into the range, and then the range master make sure everyone's got their eyes and their ears
Uh-huh.
on. And then you had to load your rounds,
Okay.
and then we shot at a target. So that was one. So he would be like, go, and then the targets would turn. So that's how the timer went off. So we
Mm-hmm.
had to go there and just trying to load it. It was so
Uh,
much harder than just normal. But me when being unapologetic ourselves is like, that's a normal tool to us. We live with country. I got property. I got I've had 2 goats killed by coyotes.
Okay.
So I would never get ones, but there was 3 bobcats living in the neighbors under a trailer not too long ago. But like, I got little itty bitty baby goats that I wouldn't hit a bobcat, but the coyotes I'd go after for sure. But that to us is a tool. So that meaning unapologetic ourselves, if that's just you're not your cup of tea, then that's fine with us. Like
Right.
fine with me. I'm not gonna force something down your throat, but like you don't force anything down my throat either,
Yeah. hmm Yeah, I think everybody, because being in California, a lot of people think of, they always think California, they think LA, that type of culture, but there's a whole other culture that's also in California as well.
Yeah. Like we have a mini horse that comes in like a dog.
Yeah.
Like when the lady brings it in, like we have a dog area, with a
Uh-huh.
little baby gate. So Miracle gets hooked up over there and does the 400-meter runs like the
Yeah.
dogs do. Like it's hilarious.
Really, that is
Yeah.
funny. Do you have any video of that?
Yeah, I do. I think it might be on the Instagram. She for Murph, she was here, and it was the coolest thing to see when she had the Miracle with her lead, and a kid came in that struggles. He's autism.
hmm
He's on the spectrum, but he's not usually comfortable around a lot of loud noises. She just
hmm
hands him the lead, and he just starts running around with a horse. It
Yeah.
was the coolest thing. Like that's why she has it. It's a helping horse. So
Okay.
it was so cool to see it live in action happen. Like
How's she carry that around? Does she have a truck or does she put it in the car?
she has the F-250 and walks in
Okay.
the back and gets in the back seat.
Okay. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
she put it up on the box jump. When she first came by with it, I was like, what in the heck? Is that a Great Dane or what is that coming in? Because it was 5:30
mhm.
in the morning.
Right.
She's like, brought this thing. It was awesome. Oh.
Does that stay outside while you guys work out or is it actually inside?
The first time, no, she was inside with the baby gate in the area
hmm
and was all like, because it was actually good to have the noises around her so she can get used to it because she's
Uh-huh.
getting certified as a helping horse to be at like the hospitals and help in the children's hospitals.
Okay.
So it was actually good. She's like, serious, I can keep her in here. I'm like, yeah, we got the dog area. Like, but then when she does run one, she just she parks the truck right out front and we'll just
hmm
hook a little loop. We tried it to the 100-pound dumbbells and it actually gets caught around the hoof.
Okay.
So like right by the front of the door, but afterwards she'll
Mhm.
be inside here, like what the people do with their dogs. Like doesn't
Is
leave
it pot,
anything.
is it okay?
So
It's potty trained, I guess.
I didn't notice anything. So
Okay.
like, like I
Yeah.
get people though, when they do box jumps in here, cause they have property. So that like, I'm always vacuuming. So they probably
hmm
always have some sort of dirt or
Something.
something on their
Yeah.
feet, but you wouldn't tell in here. It's perfectly clean, but
So beyond memberships, Mike, do you have any other ways of generating like revenue in your gym, like any nutrition, coaching, merchandise, apparel, any competitions?
we have apparel. We got some of
Okay.
that. And then we do Fit Aids and Jocos for the protein shakes on those. And we'll get into, I'm not the nutritionist on that. Callie does do, my fiance is doing that a little with coaching on helping people track macros and teaching that.
Okay.
More on the lines of just helping people, like not offering classes on that, of just like coaching them
hmm
along, like, hey, let's track your meals for a week. And then she'll sit with them and get them kind of more try to do the more we're trying to get you healthy and be the best advertisement you can.
Right.
Um, but I do see there is going to be revenue down the road in that kind of thing.
Any
It's been
supplements or anything like that that you offer, or just the fit
no,
aids?
I just got the Fit Aid like packets and then
Okay.
their creatine, but I don't have enough people coming in, I don't think, to justify the funds going out for that right now to be stuck with the overhead of those.
Right.
Um, and we're also limited on space in here. Like if I do an area for sale and stuff, that's like another body spot.
Right.
It's fairly small gym.
How many square foot of usable space do you have, you think?
We're at like 26, I think, of usable. 2,400,
Okay.
2,600. But we got a big yard in the back and then the side. So what I ended up doing is I'll roll the bikes out a lot of times in the morning to create more room. I kind of got to get creative on where we're placing things when it's gotten busy, when we get quite a few
hmm
bodies in here. It's like, oh, we're going lateral instead of bar facing, you know?
I think that's a struggle that almost all, not quite a few gyms have, especially like on a Saturday morning when, there's drop-ins, partner workouts, and I like it. I mean, it's pretty chaotic
Mm-hmm.
in there, but it's a lot of fun when you're
Mm-hmm.
having to move around everybody and, everybody's getting to it. So what do you think's next for your gym? Any growth, new services, expansion?
Really want to work with like high schoolers. That would be fun for me, for us to really work on that with growth wise after school. I see a need for it. So that's where I would kind of want to push more. The kids aren't doing anything after school.
Mm-hmm.
So where can they go? You know, that's part of my thing is I made really crappy decisions after school. Did a lot of dumb stuff. When I got done playing sports, it's like my senior year. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, come over. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
can lift, and then you can do class at 4:30. You know,
Right.
so that's where I kind of see us pushing that way, and even sports with getting some of the teens in, coming in after doing some strength training
Mm-hmm.
with the mountain bike team, get them, they were part of, we help with them a little bit. So,
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. Great opportunity, like you said. What's the saying? Idle hands is the devil's workshop. So,
mm-hmm,
plus as a athlete, when I was younger, if I had CrossFit as an option, I would have just been that a cut above everybody else. I
mm-hmm,
think with that particular option, which I know now in high school sports and a lot of those, they do have a lot more information. Like when we went for our high school football, when we went to the gym, we were basically going in there and just bodybuilding, doing bench
mm-hmm,
press and curls and shoulder presses. And, there wasn't a whole lot. There were some squats, but there wasn't a lot of power. There wasn't a lot of movements that created power, agility, and more strength,
mm-hmm.
and all those things that we do at CrossFit. Last question here, Mike. What would you tell somebody that was considering opening a gym today?
Be patient. That's what I've learned is patience. Patience. Yeah. And it's worth it. And like you said, they asked, what are the highs of that? Like seeing people truly get better at certain things is amazing. And yeah, patience, because even you got to have patience to teach her. Like, oh, how come they don't get that? How come
Mm-hmm.
they can't get their elbows through?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they don't know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, we want to thank you very much, Mike, for your time today. And I'm sure there's some really good information that we discussed today that'll be able to help another CrossFit gym owner. So thank you. We really appreciate it.
you're welcome.
All right. So that's where we'll cut the end of the
Okay.
podcast. Is there anything that you want to edit or anything that you think you left out at all? I think it went really well, actually.
Yeah, I don't think. Um, yeah, I don't know like how they would edit the other gym. I didn't want to get into that whole route of like the reason why I left, but I don't know if that. I think I kind of left it pretty vague.
I think
You
you
know, I
did.
didn't
I don't
want.
even, I don't really remember
Yeah,
that. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean the affiliate that I thought that the cool thing about the mentorship. Oh, one of the things I didn't might be good for someone to learn about is CrossFit.com
Mm-hmm.
offers so much more to help affiliates than you even like realize. Like when I started this affiliate, I was like, and gyms are doing this, and they're still like almost felt ripped off. No, almost. I did feel ripped off
Mm-hmm.
where I was at of how come like they give cap for free. They can cross affiliates. So some affiliates have been do they just hodgepodge pick stuff together. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you have actual real programming. You could still modify. You don't have to go
Right.
exactly that, but like it gives you a real plan. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get fit if we're all over the place, but we'll be more fit if we follow more of a plan. And then also your body can handle it. Like I use Mayhem athlete, but scale everything, but it's still, I always offer the top and then we
Right.
scale down instead of only offering the medium and no one has anything to shoot for. but I didn't know that they offered that. Their mentorship programs that they offer, even just coaching mentorship. My West Coast affiliate, my West Coast people, they do a get gathering. Like at Diablo CrossFit, I did it with a lot of people came up from LA. Some of us went down that way, and just getting around more affiliates, asking questions, talking to them. I've had questions in a text. What's his name from Diablo? Craig Howard. Hey, can you talk? And he just talks. He's on the board of CrossFit and actually will just talk with me for like an hour.
Right.
Just about my affiliate, because they truly want you to succeed, just like you want your members to succeed. They truly want you to succeed. And once I got into it, I'm like, wow, how do other affiliates not operate with this? And I'm not saying to use all this stuff, but
Right.
It's more, I've gone to the games and there's little areas for us to go to there. Do they actually take care of us? They actually do care about us. Like I've heard people say, oh, HQ doesn't care about its affiliates.
Right.
If they don't show up and don't talk to them, yeah, of course, but if you're talking to them and then they know you're there and they know your problems. And if you have issues, you can actually talk to them. It's out of my experiences. Maybe people have had opposite, but I've had great experiences with I messaged Dave Castro one time on Instagram. And I was just like, hey, I noticed you're in the area. He's up in Tahoe. And I know where he lives because my son did a mountain bike race like 2 weeks before. And I'm like, well, they have to pass my town. And I knew he already worked out, but I just reached out and said, if you needed a place to stop, stretch your legs, you're more than happy to stop. We'd love to say hi to you. And he's like, what's your address? Showed up here a couple hours later. And he didn't have to do that.
Right.
But just putting myself out there asking and talking. He just stopped by, said what's up, talked for about 20 minutes, and then
zoomed out. Yeah.
Zoom out. I was like, it was really cool. I mean, if they didn't care, why would he's trying to get home. He's trying to a 6-hour drive. But I thought that like everything I've dealt with them has been really cool. And I'm sure I could feel where they ignore me in that if I wasn't reaching out to them.
Right.
But,
so you're saying use that support that CrossFit offers.
Yeah. And I've noticed like with my rep, Katie, is like, if she doesn't have the answer, she'll get the answer or get it back to me. Kind of like I've heard people feel alone as an affiliate, and it's like, well, you're alone if you don't talk to people.
Right.
So if I reach out to my rep and ask questions and get to gatherings, then yeah, there's value in all that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that until I part of it.
Yeah, I think that's great information, especially for somebody new opening up, because there's a lot of stuff. Anytime you open a new business, whether it's CrossFit or whatever the case is, having some mentors and having a lot of support is definitely something that you want to lean on. And I've seen, like you said, I've seen two different sides of things where people want to do things on their own and try to make it work. And, they have a lot of problems and issues and want to, like you said, blame it all. There's no help. But they're not really reaching out and they're not using what's available to them as well. So, I was in the health club industry years and years and years ago. And what I did was went in and helped struggling health clubs. And I got a real up close look at owners who blamed everybody else. And it was very interesting. I really loved what I do, but it was interesting to see that mentality of it's like, no, this is really your fault. You didn't do this. You didn't do that. But you got to attack those things. You remember that show? I don't know if you ever saw Bar Rescue. Similar, very similar to what I did in the health club industry. So I've seen, and even in life, I have been, it sounds like maybe sometimes we're our own worst enemy, and there's a lot of help and there's a lot of information out there, but I just have to pop my head out of my ass and go get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just ask the questions and be open to the feedback. One of the things I learned from Zia was, and I didn't know this in California, you can't 1099 a coach. So we have to have workman's comp. We have to put them on payroll.
Really?
Otherwise, the fine is so much it will shut you down. And I learned that from another affiliate. From like, otherwise, if I was doing great and all this and I get audited, $100,000 fine. Like it's so astronomical, it'll shut you down, or 30,000. But that was just from talking with my mentor, like, hey, well, if
Right.
you're going to have coaches, like
Hmm.
if I could have been stuck in my ways, oh, I'm going to hire who I want, how I want. And it's like, well, yeah,
Hmm.
you can in that state, but this state,
Right.
California, you
And
can't
that's something you would
1099.
have done in good faith, and it could have just turned
Yeah,
around and really bit you really bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Any regulations or anything there in California that slow you guys down at all, or as far as operating a CrossFit gym?
No, our town's really cool.
Yeah.
Even if I know that COVID thing has been so far on that, but our town didn't shut down. I mean, we don't have it. We're really laxed here. It's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
people able to operate that way, but in being the people around me, my my neighbors don't. They got their own stuff to going on, like I got motorcycle shop next door that does dirt
Hmm.
bikes and they're ripping those things around. And
Yeah.
so they don't really care about my noise because
Yeah.
they got two-stroke motorcycles they're working on.
Hmm.
So it's pretty regulation wise, we haven't had to deal any of that stuff yet. Just
That's good.
regular insurance stuff. Um,
So how much would it cost you? It would cost quite a bit to employ another coach then, sounds like, right? If you've got to get workman's comp.
yeah. Yep. So that's why it's the process of being all on my own kind of
Yeah.
thing. So with now my fiance, she'll be having her L1 and we're actually
Hmm.
in the process of doing the quote right now for the workman's comp for the one person that we had just doing trade with the membership. But now we're going to put her on. So
Hmm.
it's a whole different ball game.
So it's not as simple as just throwing somebody $25, $50 a
No.
class. Yeah.
And people might be able to get away with that, but I'm the type of person that growing
Hmm.
up and everything, if I did something one time, I got caught.
Yeah.
Business a long time ago, I had a detail business. And when that started picking, my wrap business started picking up. So I hired someone to under the table.
Hmm.
Second day working for me, workman's comp came in,
Second day.
$1,300 fine. Second day.
Second day.
Yep.
Wow.
And so that's just, I'm going to get caught no matter what I do. So I
Hmm.
have to just operate in the legal space or.
I really appreciate your time today. And what
Yeah.
we do is once we get this all edited and get it, we'll send it to you. We have our person probably make some clips too, as well as just a couple, highlights of our conversation. And then you can post it, share it, whatever you want to do with it. And then we post it on our channel as well. It does take a little while to get everything edited. It's not a quick process, especially when we're throwing a few of these a week at them. So,
Okay. Yeah.
any questions or any parting words or anything like that?
No, no. Enjoyed the time chatting and it's
I did
fun.
as well, man. It was
No.
it was really good. It was
Yeah.
really good to meet you. And next time I'm up in your neck of the woods, we'll definitely drop in, and I'm sure you'll see Ryan again. He really liked your gym. He liked the.
Yeah.
I saw it too. The big. Now it explains why you have the big $2 bill on the wall because you didn't
Yeah,
want to do
yeah. The
those reps.
Declaration of
Yeah,
Independence. Yeah, it would say, yeah, and so it's a Declaration of Independence, being
yeah,
signed and
yeah.
but yeah, and then our chalk buckets are ammo or they're I can grab one if you want to see
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Like our theme is like full blown, like this is our chalk bucket.
That is badass, man. I
And
really like.
so it goes onto the rolly stools like you in a shop,
Yeah,
slides right over it and rolls around.
Mike is
One of my
Mike.
members, my very first member gave me this.
Yeah.
Very first member signed up. He
Uh-huh.
backed up one day and goes, "Hey, I got something for you."
Uh-huh.
Like what? And he opens up his Bronco and shows me. I was like, "Oh, chalk buckets!"
Yeah.
Like immediately went in my head. Like,
That is so cool, man. That is
no,
awesome. Dropping bombs in CrossFit, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well, Mike, I would love to chat with you longer, and normally I
yeah.
do. I stay on these for a while, but I do have a heart out here because I got to get to the
Yeah.
chiropractor. So
Not on.
have her do some work on my back today. So,
Yeah.
but thanks again, Mike. Appreciate it. It's
Yeah,
a
you
pleasure
bet.
meeting you, and we'll be in touch. Get everything sent out to you.
Absolutely. All right.
All right. Thanks,
Sounds
Mike.
good.
Have a good day.
All right, you bet. Yeah, you too. Bye.
All right.